The internet and smartphones have connected us to the entire world in ways we never used to be. But has the nature of how we actually connect to other people changed? How has this digital climate impacted the human desire for intimacy? Enter Grindr, the portable gay bar for your iPhone.
Does anybody not know what Grindr is? Anybody? Well, according to the website, unlike other dating or social network sites, Grindr is meant to be mobile. It uses GPS technology to instantly locate guys in your area. You're in town, tap into Grindr to check out who's on the scene. On a trip, use Grindr to find a local who'd like to show you around. Hang at home, make sure you're going to go to a place who's made up. No matter where you find yourself, Grindr is the go-to app for socialising in seconds with the right guy around you. This is all mumbo jumbo for I want head. The website goes on to say that thousands of gay, bi and curious guys in your area are chilling out on Grindr. It's easy to find a nearby guy in no time. Whatever you're looking for, Grindr makes it happen. Isn't it about time someone made it easier for gay men to have sex?
I think I first heard about Grindr about probably 4 years ago now, from a mate who told me over breakfast one morning that he had downloaded a new app to his phone that brings up men using meters, using GPS technology, and at the time I had a really old Nokia phone, and that day I went and bought an iPhone to get Grindr. It was like Christmas morning, the day I got that phone. Christmas morning, repetitively for a few months. Like Christmas morning, every morning for like 3 months. It was awesome. I would check Grindr before I got out of bed. I would like wake up and roll over and grab the phone, and not Twitter, not Facebook. It was Grindr straight away.
Well, I suppose I first downloaded it at an Australia Day party that I was at. I don't know, I was drunk and it was this shitty party and I knew nobody there. And I'd heard about it being talked about for ages, and I'm like, I'm going to give it a go. Why not?
And so why did you decide to sign up then?
Because I was single and lonely. Nothing much has changed.
So how old do you want to say that you are on Grindr? 34, 32. Okay. Next one that you have to do on your profile is where you're from. Now, the only options Grindr give you are Asian, Black, Latino, Middle Eastern, Mixed, Native American, South Asian, White, or other. What the fuck is other? What one would you like to do? Other. Oh, very exotic. Okay. Can you write in about the other white meat?
Because everyone kind of creates this like little perfect version of they wish they were. You got this like 2 by 2 centimetre square of the perfect person you want yourself to be. So you add a couple of inches and then you add a couple of centimetres to your height as well.
Do you remember what your first profile was like?
Oh God, it was probably something slutty, to be honest. I probably assume it'd be like, I guess, stereotypical Grindr profile, you know, the chest in the profile picture, looking for a down-to-earth person. Why would you want that if you've got your chest showing exposed? Wouldn't you have like another picture guy?
I use a Facebook. It's just some like nice, heavily Instagrammed, filtered version.
So here's my Grindr profile at the moment. It's me sitting on the Iron Throne. I'm the one true king of Westeros, and all you peasants better bow down.
Grindr also uses tribes, so you can try and put yourself into how you identify. I put down leather, jock, and rugged. So someone was a bit self-confident that night.
You do it in real life. You filter how people perceive you, and you put on a persona in real life. But I think there's something much more three-dimensional and real about a real person.
Everyone lies. It's Grindr.
That's where the magic happens. I work a lot, and I might volunteer my time at a gay radio station, but I don't really have an opportunity to go out to gay clubs. So it's really hard for me to meet guys. Yeah, I see some gentlemen doing a push-up. A lot of guys in their underwear, and that to me is just immediately I'm not too keen. Kicking it, just message me, hey bud, looking to meet and mix with new people and extend my circle of friends. I enjoy the footy. I enjoy the footy. Road trips, music, movies, and beer for amongst many other things. Keen to hang out, say hello. Hey man, what's up, man? One thing I don't know if other people feel this, but it's so strange just dropping a message to somebody. It's not as organic as like if you're going into like a bar and talking to someone face to face. It kind of takes it back. So you're like, how do I put forward like tone and personal inflection without coming across neurotic, which I am, but I need to hide this until they've gotten to know me a little bit better. Maybe like date 3. Look, I am one of those people who do like to fantasize quite a bit, so I thought I'd be on there for like a couple of days maybe, and then I'd meet Prince Charming, and then we'd go off and have gaybies together. And no, that didn't happen.
What did you find instead?
I found a lot of requests to see my dick.
The messages I get are mostly from faceless profiles with nothing on them saying, hey, or they'll send me a dick pic and, they'll say like, gobble me. It's like, what the fuck is that? Like, Oh, I've had a recent profile from a younger guy that said, I love feet and please use me as your personal footstool. And it's like, I'll pay you to do it. Which was interesting, and I considered it. It was like, well, if you're gonna pay me so that I can just rest my foot on your face.
That wasn't the only time that you've had that offer though, right?
No, there seems to be a lot of feet lovers around. I've had one guy ask me if I would jerk him off with my feet and he'll pay me $100. That was
$100?
Yeah, it was kind of tempting, but I didn't do it.
What's the most full-on message you got?
I want to piss in you.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was just like, how do you even respond to something like that, like straight off the bat? Like, thank you? Or I've wanted a stranger to piss in me. How did you know? And I know there's people out there that probably, that's probably like their number one go-to, but I'd like you to buy me a drink first.
No one would act in real life the way they act on Grindr. Absolutely no way. It's the same with like trolling people on Twitter and Facebook and stuff. It's a heightened, hyper-reality version of what's going on. No one actually goes up to people at a nightclub and says, hey mate, want a root? Or maybe they do. Maybe I should try that.
And a lot of the times it does feel like people aren't really looking for another person on Grindr. They're looking for a fantasy.
Yeah, they're looking for an image because it's an image. You scroll through images, like not people.
Do you think there's a real tendency for people to be objectified over Grindr like that?
Totally, but you know what? It also goes both ways, I find. And I know it's probably like an outdated argument, but I just think like if you're going to promote an image of yourself, right? If you're going to put a photo of yourself up in a jockstrap with nothing on or a towel barely covering your junk, you're going to get objectified because you whether intentionally or via proxy, you've put yourself in that light. So you're going to get that audience. But then at the same time, if you try and have like a smiling photo or a photo of you being like so intrepid by a beach somewhere foreign, people just look over that as well. So it's that hard. It's trying to juggle.
Obviously, you've hooked up with people through Grindr.
Yes, I have done the sex on Grindr.
What do you think the number of people would be?
Hi, Mum. I don't know.
You don't keep count?
I did, and then I started getting self-conscious about the number, so I stopped counting.
Some Grindr hookups just feel very mechanical and devoid of any sensuality or general sex appeal. It'd be like, hey, you're hot. Yeah, you're hot too. So you looking? Yeah, I am. Cool. Be over at my place. Here's my address. Come over. You top or bottom? So, you know, you go there and you sort of like, nah, man, I don't kiss, whatever. And you do the sex, and then after you do the sex, you just leave.
How does it feel to be in that situation?
Well, sometimes you're looking for it. Sometimes it's just what you want.
With Grindr, it's a bit more premeditated. You're on the same page more than just something that kind of happens in the moment, which is probably why I wasn't so particularly enamored with Grindr to begin with, because of the spontaneity factor. It didn't seem to have any of that kind of spontaneity.
Do you find that there's often a very sort of transactional attitude towards how people use Grindr?
Yeah, there is, and the currency is how hot you are.
There's still a whole heap of standards that apply to Grindr, just like kind of real life. Like there's a lot of judgment, and there's a lot of these social rules that kind of appear in a filtered form.
There's always this underlying anxiety of when I look at a profile that has something racist on it. Which I've been collecting actually.
Been collecting racist profiles?
Yeah, just to use as a bit of fun, like...
A bit of fun?
Well, I used to read them out in a very dramatic voice to my ex, and we'll laugh about it, and how ridiculous these people are. Enjoy talking to everyone. Not attracted to Asians. Yes, so he's sophisticated and complicated, and he's not into the taste of Asia or India, because if he wanted that, he'd go to a restaurant.
How common is this language on Grindr?
Quite a lot.
I had one guy that sent me a message, and I feel like I've got a really crass tone throughout this interview. But he was like, he just messaged me out of the blue, and he's just like, "Are you Māori?" And I was like, "Yes, I am Maori or Māori." And then he said, "I fucking love coconuts." And I was like, "Right, girl," which is a derogatory term for islanders. But then, like, you see it quite common, no rice or curry in reference to no Asian, no Indians. You see that in people's profiles.
The whole racism thing on Grindr, or even just in the gay community in general, it really grinds my goat and it pisses me off because bloody gays walk on down to your parades and your Mardi Gras and bloody Fitzroy Street and the Melbourne Pride, and they've got the big signs that say equality and no judgment and, you know, equal love, and they're huge supporters and make so much noise of all this equality stuff. And then when it comes to their own community, it's no Asians or no blacks, or, you know, don't sleep with people over 5'8", and it's all these ridiculous bloody Hitler-specific requirements for them to hook up with people, and it's just a little bit ridiculous, and it is a bit of a disease that's going on, I think, in gay community that needs to kind of be dealt with because it makes the rest of us look really stupid.
They always say it's just a preference, don't they?
Yeah, they do. But, you know, it's not really a preference if you actively exclude someone.
Here's my preference. I don't want to date a dickhead or a dick fuck or any kind of loser that wants to say, "Hey, I'm not racist, but..."
I've had a lot of days where just, you know, I would think like, I should get a nose job or get eye surgery, get eyelid surgery to make my eyes look bigger so that I can be more attractive, which is so fucked up. But, you know, I've thought about things like that, and I've met Asian guys who do that. And I've met Asian guys who are like, "Ew, I don't want to date another Asian guy. Asians are ugly. I only want to date a white guy." Which is, you know, that's so much internalized racism in there too.
How does it make you feel when you hear other Asian men sort of speak like that?
I just kind of want to scream at them and be like, the fuck is wrong with you? And also hold them and just say, oh, you poor thing.
Have you ever given up on it though at any point?
Yeah, a few times.
Why?
Because I guess you try and promote, like for me, I try and promote my profile, or, you know, try and have something witty or funny in there to try and spark a conversation. And then after a while where it's just like, hey, you looking? It's like, I'm looking for a mate, I'm looking for a companion, someone who I can get to know and fall for. And yeah, when you're objectified and not seen, I guess, for a person rather than a receptacle, it can weigh you down.
And what's your current Grindr status?
Dormant, I'd say, is my Grindr status at the moment. Yeah, it's almost ready for deletion.
I haven't used Grindr in probably 2 years, I don't think. Yeah, I haven't used Grindr in a long time.
After kind of half a dozen or so hookups, I was like, and it's not really doing it. I'm a bit bored.
I just think I had enough. I think Grindr is like a lolly, or like a new toy. You can just eat heaps of it, and it's really fun, and it's sweet. And then you get a headache, and then you're over it.
Look, yeah, I am still looking for Prince Charming.
You haven't come close yet?
No, but I met a few frogs. A whole lot of frogs. No matter how much you kiss them, they don't change.